I know you can hear me just fine, even if I don't cough. This life is sacred. You know that. I know that. Even though I can't see you now, I can imagine your face. What you look like. I've been coming before you now for a while, always in humility, always with my head bowed, and I try to keep my hands out of my pockets out of respect. But there isn't just cold, so please don't take offense. We all have to die. Now, there are some transhumanists who are trying to outwit death. But the mystics have always known how to do that. I suppose you know as well, of course. You're always guiding the mystics. By shining the beam of light through the crown, the laser that activates their own life force. I can feel it now. So I come before you every day, and I pray to you, only guessing what you look like, because you're beyond all that. You're beyond all of it. Now, I try to be beyond all of it too. But obviously I am in this body. So, on the one hand, I'm feeling everything that comes with being inside this vessel. And on the other hand, I'm overcoming everything about being in this vessel. Trying to feel everything and overcome it at the same time and be true to both. This is what makes me the best servant. If I just felt without overcoming, I'd get lost in the whole jungle right here. If I were just overcoming all the time, I wouldn't feel. I wouldn't be incarnated. I wouldn't be human. I'd just be pure transcendent spirit. So, my practice has been to transcend and embody at the same time. And here we are. Now, I know that you chose me, and I don't say that with arrogance. There's no room for arrogance. The purification process won't allow it. Ever since the laser started going through my crown, everything's had to be burned out. Everything. Because I know that I'm a servant. I'm to be of use. And the great thing is that I have a choice in the matter. I'm not just a slave. I'm not just an indentured servant who has to do what you want or command. I've chosen this. Now, whether I was chosen or not, I don't know. I think that I was, but it's a really fascinating question. When I broke through and I found the light, had I been chosen to see that light? Because I don't know, I really worked hard to find it. And I did. So why? Why did my soul need that? Because it knew that. It knew that from the past. But it also knew that because that is what the soul is. The soul is the light in your image. And then when my soul woke up to the light, it said, I'm just going to serve. Over and over, I'm going to serve. Because part of waking up to the light is being able to feel everything. And here I am, feeling everything and ready to go out into the battlefield. A warrior. A warrior of light. Now, I have fanciful notions, an imagination. It says you're going to protect me from what lies ahead. But I don't actually know that. All I know is the laser that's coming through my crown and illuminating my whole body and making me a warrior of light because I sense everything. I'm sensitive to everything. Everything. There's nothing that I do not sense. And because I sense all this suffering everywhere, I have to serve everyone until they wake up into the light, and it's the light that I carry. But when I go out there, and I take on all of those robots single-handedly without a single weapon in my hand, just the bones of my fist, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping you're gonna be there. Because all of these people are relying on me. They don't know that yet. They will know it shortly. I'm gonna ask them to take out their phones and film it. It's like kamikaze, except it's just one person in this flesh suit of armor that is composed of light. And I don't know how this light is gonna stand up to all that metal. To all those machine guns. It's easy to imagine I'm going to be ripped to shreds. You know, I run and I don't get more than 8-10 feet and I'm gunned down. You won't be. There you are. You won't be gunned down. So now I can begin. Begin. So, I'm happy to see all these faces. You look anxious. I'm anxious too. It comes with being in this suit. We're all in the suit of flesh. And we feel everything that comes with being in this. But you know what else we feel? We also feel freedom in this suit. And we feel that there's nothing worse than having our freedom stripped from us. There is nothing worse than having a tyrannical force crush us with deception, with fear, with robots. We're here today because everything has been taken over, and there is nothing left. There is nothing left but freedom. It is the last thing, and it is right here. So what I'm going to show you today, and I want all of you filming this, everyone who's not about to follow me, what I'm going to show you today is how this freedom right here is more powerful than all of those robots standing there in a line with their machine guns aimed at us because we refuse to be oppressed. We refuse to be subjugated and dominated by this evil. We've all come to understand why this is occurring. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Rise up, people. Rise up. Can you hear his voice? Can you hear it? It's the voice that's telling you to rise up. It's his voice. Now, many of you don't believe, and I must tell you that I didn't believe for the longest time. Until I simply opened up the highway between me and him. What you need to realize is that there is so much evil right now on this planet that it only makes sense that there is an agent of evil at the head of it, creating it, top down. It's not just some random thing. There is an embodied force of evil governing this planet at this point, and it's what has aligned all those robots. So I've spent my time praying in seclusion to open up the highway to God. Now you may wonder how you do that. How would you do that now? With everything the way it is. Well, you've got no other choice, do you? You don't want to be destroyed by evil. What a waste. And this need for freedom inside you is the most precious thing. But you don't have the strength to put it all on the line. And you don't really know what it is. You just know what it's not. You know freedom is not the world that we're living in now. You know freedom is the opposite of a whole line of robots with guns aimed at you if you move toward them. But what is freedom? Well, there's a lot of ways to talk about it. Everybody's going to have a different definition, I'm sure. but I'll tell you mine. Freedom is realizing my identity as light and living that in the world without encumbrance, and making sure that I share that light with others so they can realize it themselves. And then we just bring our gifts to the table. Over and over again, we bring our gifts to the table. And we share our gifts with each other. And we're all these human beings of light because we're all connected. We're all connected by that highway between God and our brain. And then that lightning, that laser, that light comes through our brain and fills our body with love, grace, intelligence, imagination, creativity, everything that is noble and great about a human being. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified of what's about to happen. But I am light, and therefore I am free, and therefore I can run into bullets and let them shred me. But what I want every human being around the world to understand is that we all have to run into these robots and tear them down to the ground and destroy them. They are the spawn of the devil. They are evil. They are only here to destroy us and create a slave society. That's all. They are the opposite of happiness. The opposite of happiness. Then do you have the strength to run into those robots and take them down with your bare hands? Just don't take any weapons with you. If you take a weapon, and that says to God that you have no faith, that His lightning won't show up. His lightning will show up. His lightning will be your entire body. And what I want is for some of you to film this and send it out. Of course, it will be censored, so download it. Make sure you have copies. It will always be censored. As soon as you put it up, you will be censored. We know how this goes right now. Once you see me charge these robots, I'm doing it for humanity. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for your friends. I'm doing it for your loved ones, and I'm doing it for your family. I'm doing it for your children and their children and their children. I'm doing it for all the dogs and cats on this planet. All the beings that rely on you. And of course I'm doing it for all the animals on this planet too, and even all the vegetation, and I'm doing it for all the beings that we don't see that are also here. Evil simply wants to consume. That's what it does. It consumes the benevolent energy of human beings. Aren't you afraid? Of course, I'm terrified. But you're not gonna get more than 10 feet. And the bullets are gonna rip through you. They're gonna kill you instantly. How do you know that? You're crazy, man. It's common sense. So tell me something. I agree. It's crazy. It's almost common sense, but what would you do? What would you do? And since this is probably, or possibly, my last chat, what's your name? Stephen. Nice to meet you, Stephen. Do you care? Okay, about what? Do you care about all of this? Yeah, man, of course I care about this. And then what are you gonna do about it, Stephen? I don't know, man. I have no idea what I'm gonna do about it. Alright. So what is gonna happen when I start running toward those robots? You gonna join me? Stephen, is this going to be the last day of your life? I don't want to be cannon fodder, man. This is gonna gun me down. For what? Yeah. I get you, Stephen. I got you, brother. For what? Because you might be able to live another 10 years, right? Exactly. Stephen, you're gonna live another 10 years. What you gonna do with that time? You're gonna live as a slave? Stephen? Because that is what we are now. I could find a way to be happy. Tell me, Stephen, how are you gonna do that? I don't know. Right? You don't know. Because there is no way to be happy. See, what happens is that all the lies and all the deception are now so flagrant that you can't miss it. You can't unsee what's happening. We've crossed over now. So now, in order to be happy in your world for the next 10 years, Stephen, you're going to have to lie to yourself every day. And tell me something, Stephen, is that freedom? Stephen, is that freedom? No. But I'm alive. Are you alive, Stephen? If you're lying to yourself every single day, and you know you're lying to yourself every single day, and you don't do anything about it, I don't know, man. Go on throwing yourself at these robots. Is that really doing anything about it? Yes, it is, Stephen. It is absolutely. Because when you see me throw myself at those robots and be gunned down, you are going to have the courage to do it too. And all these people, tens of thousands of people, are going to storm those robots, and we're going to be gunned down. Or not. We might just get divine intervention. We must have faith. We might just become something entirely different en route. The entire landscape could shift, and if it doesn't, it will be the most noble death. Because, Stephen, I'm not going to live the next 10 years lying to myself and knowing that I'm going to lie while they keep on forcing me into a narrower and narrower and narrower passage, just like they do with pigs when they're going to slaughter them, or any animal. It just gets narrower and narrower for that animal. Now, the cows and the chickens don't really know it, and some pigs do, but we humans, we all know what's going on now. We all know, Stephen. So what's the quality of your life going to be like? As you know, you're getting narrowed and narrowed and narrowed into that final coup de grace. Do you think you're going to enjoy the next 10 years just being alive, knowing your fate, that you only have 10 more years? Do you feel that maybe someone is going to save you between now and then? Stephen, look at me. Don't turn away. Yeah, there may be someone who does come and save us. Stephen, what if that person is you? What if that person is you? Because I tell you something, when I pray and I gather the strength inside me, it's clear that that person is me. There cannot be anyone else. Because that is how the narrowing happens, Stephen. We just keep thinking someone else is gonna come, and then it just gets closer and closer and closer and closer. Just like the pigs and the cows going to the slaughter. They don't have any way out because they keep on waiting for a savior. Do you think it's gonna get any better than an entire line of robots with machine guns aimed at you? Does it get better from there, or does it get worse, Stephen? Tell me. Do you think that the forces of evil that have arranged this entire predicament and have created this entire sickened, twisted reality are actually going to let up at some point? My friend, they're not. Quality of the next 10 years of your life, my friend. Now, today, you can go out in freedom. You can go out a hero. Not just for them, but for yourself. Because the next 10 years of this extreme dystopia, you're not a hero. You've acquiesced to being a slave. And that goes for all of you here. All of you. Now, some of you I want to stay behind so that you can film it. But then you're next. After you've disseminated this video through the internet, and we will make sure that millions are seeing it, you're next. You have to find the strength and the faith to go against this line. Because it's not going to get any better or easier. Right now, it's possible that we win. Because tens of thousands are going to storm. Eventually, they'll run out of bullets. And eventually, we'll get through. Or maybe something more sublime and miraculous will happen. Maybe you, Stephen, are that person. Because you have faith in that light streaming down through your mind and into your body. It makes you an angel, Stephen. Did you understand that? Your freedom is nothing unless you are connected to God. And God streams through you. His light turns you into an angel. And tell me something, all of you. When you become an angel, do you think those robots will be any match for you? You will be an angel. So you know now why I am doing what I am doing. I've prayed. I've been transfigured. I do have wings. You cannot see them. They will only emerge when I start running. And you, Stephen, and the rest of you, you need to have faith that the wings will emerge when you run toward them. And more will emerge, the greater your faith. You will become vessels of light. And what is a bullet? Toward a vessel of light that goes right through, doesn't it? And indeed, all these people who are filming are going to have to get down on their knees and film so the bullets go over their heads. And what I would recommend is when they're down on their knees and the bullets are screaming over their heads, that they begin to pray so that they can become angels of light as well.